sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play?
You know how the song grows into this big feeling? You know, look around, round, round. It's like as if you're on a flying saucer, and she's still in this closet in the middle, and the world is spinning around, and then it evolves that this world spinning is the Fifth Avenue March. I don't know how we're doing this. So I just, you know, who's the special effects guy? Where is he?
Come on, flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He got juju eyeball, he want holy roller. He got hands down to his knees. Got to be a joker, he just do what he please.
No makeup.
How are we looking, folks? Looking good?
Come on.
I wanted to be in the movies.
He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he said, I know you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
Like your hat.
Hello, how are you? Julie, you know, they say don't work with children, animals, or Irish rock stars.
Or Irish rock stars, okay.
Julie Taymor, I think, is just a very rare kind of a figure in popular culture because she has the sensibilities of a fine artist. And yet, I think she kind of gets it on the more immediate front, and, you know, she doesn't disappear up her or anyone else's arses for too long, you know? And that's rare around here, so I'm interested in anything she does.
Action.
One wheel on my wagon, I'm still rolling along. The house of Dr. Geary. We're navigators, aviators, we're eating taters, masturbating alligators, bombardiers, cosmic explorers, pushing the frontiers of transcendental perception.
Julie Taymor has such incredible vision. Everybody wants to work with Julie Taymor, with good reason. And so she's been able to attract, you know, incredible artists, you know, from the visual effects to Bruno Del Bonel, who's our DP, to Mark Freeberg, who's our production designer, to, you know, Albert Wolski, who's our unbelievable costume designer. I mean, across the board, everybody wants to work with her, and because she has, you know, such amazing talent. And she's able to be a beacon for all these other artisans to come together.
Julie is probably the most creative director that I've ever worked with. Each morning when we come in, she has a vision that I've never seen anyone have before. And she creates things. It's like discovery is happening around us all the time. And you can almost see these things developing as they happen. And sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's very difficult.
Danielle, are we missing a cow skirt for these two guys? Don't stop the shot. It doesn't matter. You're missing one cow. All right, thanks.
It's come to this.
Let's get a cow on the other side.
Having said that, what she ends up getting on film is amazing.
We've got a duet where one person is in Vietnam and Jude is at home creating these incredible paintings. How do you make a duet where two people are not together? And we actually took our footage of Jude singing Strawberry Fields and projected it in the camera onto the face of Max. So we have a duet. This is not a visual effect happening later. We shot it live. And we're all going, look at this. You've got helicopters are going over the nose and under the nose of Max, and all of a sudden Jude's there throwing paint. And this came spontaneously. This came from being open at that moment to, let's just, you know, what is it Mickey Rooney says? Let's put on a show. We're making a musical that didn't exist, though we were blessed with 200 songs of the Beatles to choose from. And Dick and Ian and myself went through this incredible catalog of songs and created a story inspired by those songs.
Julie came in like a whirlwind, and she had a whole raft of ideas.
And that's when we threw away the first pages we'd written. We thought, you know, there's no way you can corral or compete with this mind. You can argue with it a few times, give her another mojito, and we might win an argument. But I think she's also a person, when you work with her for a while, you know that whatever journey you go on, no one's going to work harder.
So what we all feel that we're trying to do here is to create a musical that feels as if those songs emerge from the characters.
What are you doing? I can't do this right now.
These songs are forwarding the action and they're forwarding the emotions. They're not laid on top. And that, in a certain way, is a very old-fashioned musical. It's like an opera. It's really coming at that moment.
When we talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out?
What the hell are you doing here, friend?
Not the time. Not
You know
now.
it's gonna be alright. You know it's gonna be alright. Get him out of here!
We're not doing a history musical, but we are really inspired by the events of the 60s. It's an image that we're looking back to, but it reflects what's happening now in an interesting way. There's prisons where we have to look at where people are trying to still change the world.
For Julie, she left the U.S. when she was very, very young to travel, go to Indonesia, Asia. And she then saw a different world in Indonesia as a way of expressing some of her own personal talents through certain Asian techniques and seeing the world objectively. Now she's looking at that time, her own world, as almost another culture, as an objective thing.
With Julie, it's a fluid process. It's not written on the page. This is what we do. This, you know, there's a discussion. There's an evolution. In this case, the idea that we had for creating this world was this would be just an explosion of emotion, explosion of color, so that by the time the young people get here, they can really let go.
We are people now, we're artists now, so it's through our mind's eye or our vision of how that period speaks to us now.
Rehearsing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What happens is my character enters this place as a civilian, so this is his rite of passage, really. And entering the induction center is the beginning of all that for Max. It's so difficult in the way that the film is stylized. So it's a very fine line that Julie and we all have to walk to be theatrically truthful.
It registered in my head, my God, I want you. Isn't that the Uncle Sam motto?
I want you. I want you so bad. I want you.
Just with what are very few lyrics, the idea of having Max come into this induction center and seeing these gigantic signs of Uncle Sam pointing, I want you, came up with the idea that they would start to be animated and the signs would start to speak. Of course, it's a hallucination in his head, but he's being panicked by this unbelievable setting that he's getting. We then Mark Friedberg created this extraordinary gauntlet that was conceived that all of the sergeants down the gauntlet who were stripping Max now and getting him into his underwear for this physical where he is slightly dehumanized because his identity is being pulled away as he's becoming part of a martial machine.
And in this place, you're sort of moved to a certain spot in this room, and a cubicle lands right on us.
The 30 sergeants who were there are now cut, and they're positioned throughout this space. Probably these things are going to come down over their heads, so they're going to be in here, and they're doing this choreographic moment.
I want you so bad. It's driving me mad. It's driving me mad.
And we might see Vietnam, some abstract version of Vietnam, and we were thinking maybe even from a bird's eye view. Palm trees, yellow smoke, mud.
And I remember the moment I was thinking, she's so heavy, 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 she's so heavy. What the hell is that? What could that be? And I got this idea of the boys as if they were slaves in Egypt, carrying a gigantic Statue of Liberty through the jungles of Vietnam on their back, saying, she's so heavy. For the scene where we're in the overhead of the men trampling all over the palm trees in Vietnam. It's not in the script here. And the Statue of Liberty is on the back of the guys, and they're singing, she's so heavy. That has to be down, 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 down. You know, it is playing with that whole idea of carrying liberty right across the universe, you know, and, oh yes, we're bringing freedom everywhere. Here are our freedom fighters, you know, in their underwear, mowing down these palm trees.
Each section has its abstraction, its beauty, and also really the great thing that Julie's done is she's woven them all together. It's a fabric. It's always transitioning to the next piece. The Buddhas came out.
I love the Buddhas.
They called me and they said, "What colors?" I said, "Lifesavers."
This is a Walrus Loft party, and it's where our gang are invited to a book reading that is being given by Dr. Robert. So what Mark Friedberg brilliantly did was he designed an entire apartment that is all created through plastic and light. So it's the kind of high-end design of the 60s.
Julie's idea was that it's a place where everything lights up. That was really the motif. To some degree, these were socialites, people of culture of New York. And the types of costumes really had a lot to do with who these people were, which also, therefore, informed the kind of place they would be in. And the movies we looked at for research at the beginning of this process, Julie and I, were movies that Albert designed. And that's a testament to the breadth of his work.
In this kind of general light, it's okay. It's when it got very, very bright. I wasn't out to make a costume ball, really. But I wanted to make it like a real clothes, but have this feeling of some other time. Hair is very important, makeup. Without the right hair makeup, the clothes won't make any difference.
Why are oh, you mean out?
For me, getting the period is always trying to identify what makes a period. And many times what I do is to accentuate certain things of a period, repeat things. It's a way of kind of capturing that moment as quickly as possible. My basic feeling is, and always has been, it's the director's medium. And as collaborative as everything is, it has to be sifted through one set of eyes. And hopefully I see what their eyes see and do it.
Action!
I remember Julie Taymor asking me, why do you want to do this? It's different. Most movies are different, but this one is even more different than most.
Where are we going?
Going out of our minds.
Oh, I want to
Feed the cow.
Cut. It's no good. It's no good.
This is the trippiest day of my entire life.
Look at the tube.
I remember pulling up in the van at like 5 in the morning. You know, we arrived at this giant farm and there's these huge lights floating in the sky and cranes and giant characters, all of these bizarre things and outrageous costumes and props. And I said, wow, when I saw it, and Julie just said, yeah, this is a big budget movie day.
The face looks great. Yeah, it was incredible. That little light sculpting up on the side. Anything that looked good? Please.
So that would be the drum roll. When this goes boom like that.
The hand,
Yeah,
Johnny
this is
Sunday,
good.
when he looks.
Yeah, yes, you would. It's very Balinese. You know the whole Balinese, the 10th thing when the tope
I don't know
comes
the
out.
Balinese things, but
Well,
I
they
can
do.
assume.
They shake the curtain, and then they go.
Stand over here as though your ropes were here.
And then they walk.
What's happening in the scene that's amazing is Julie is being able to be the theatrical self that she is in addition to a filmmaker. Because Julie, at her core, I think, is enormously theatrical, where she comes from mask making and Balinese puppets, and her heart opens up in a whole nother way. It's fantastic.
For the benefit of Mr. Kite, there will be a show tonight on
I would put another camera more dead on that looks good for the tent drop.
In this way, Mr. K will challenge the...
Yeah, but are you having fun?
No, fun isn't the word. It's good to do, and it's retrospective fun I'm having. 6 months' time, I'm having fun.
I actually know what the shots are going to be from shot to shot. I know that while I'm shooting it in the musical numbers. You have to, because you've got to decide what part of the lyric you're going to cover, and you can't do it all in close-ups and 2 shots and singles, and you can't. Okay, you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
For the benefit of Mr.
See, this was lovely
there
over
will be
here.
a show
That's mine.
tonight on
But then there's a whole nother part of this movie that is the joy for all of us, which was the experimental part. We just tried stuff. You know, tried it with lighting, tried it with camera movement. Sideways. You know where the camera is, and sometimes you can turn and look back.
In this kind of, as long as I do this kind of way?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is that okay? Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right, we ready to go again, guys?
We're doing this live again?
Yes. And there has to be that room for creativity, for spontaneous creativity. And not just changing a set that morning, you know, not that kind of, oh, I don't like the costume, but let's just let these characters play a certain way. Eddie Izzard, his entire track of Mr. Kite is an improvisation.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For the benefit of Mr. Kite, there will be a show tonight on trampoline. The Hendersons will all be there. Late of Pablo Fanke's Fair. Have you seen it? It's great. They got stuff. Over men and horses, hoops and garters. Lastly, throw a hogshead of real fire. In this way, Mr. K will challenge the world with the blue people. They're great. They're just chilled out. And tonight, Mr. K is topping the bill, baby! Across the universe! It's me! I'm on top of the bill! I spent years getting to this point! It just blows your mind! And I'm top of the bill, baby! You just can't believe what we do! We got cats and dogs and horses and pigs and monkeys and things and blue people! The show tonight, you got to see it tonight! Goodbye. Cut!
Amazing. That was amazing. Okay, guys, out of your costumes. Out. That was... It was great.
Can you use that?
Oh, yeah.
That was great, though.
Looking back, the 60s seemed like kind of my favorite era, and I mean, everything was very still kind of sweet and innocent in the beginning, and then Vietnam came, and women's rights, and everything just like completely blew up, and everything changed, and so, and you really see that change in the movie, too, so that's what I'm most excited about.
I suppose you don't, though, because you know you're never going to be drafted.
Nor will you, Lucy.
I would lie down in front of a tank if it would stop this war and bring Max home.
Yeah? Well, it wouldn't.
What do you mean it wouldn't? You don't think that it's worth trying?
The thing that really appeals to me about the time is that people really took chances, that they really, when, as Lucy says, I'd lie down in front of a tank if it would bring my brother home from the war. And of course, Jude says, but it wouldn't. And she gets upset and she says, does that mean you don't think I should try? And I'm so moved by the fact that at that time, people would try. People really did get fired up by ideals and by testing the limitations of issues.
Hey, Luce! Luce, come on, man. Stop worrying about it. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Come on, I'm gonna go in the army and not get shipped anywhere.
Lying with his eyes while his hands are busy working overtime.
Happiness is a warm gun, one of the weirdest pieces.
Impression of his wife, which he ate and donated to the National Trust.
We cut to the vet hospital and we realize it's Max singing, and Lucy is sitting by his bed, and when he starts to sing, I need a fix 'cause I'm going down, we realize that he's just there, the broken person. And you look at this, the violence that went on, you say, what the hell is this about?
I need a fix 'cause I'm going down, down to the bits that I left uptown. I need a fix 'cause I'm going down.
The patient sits up, and Max goes, Mother Superior, jump the gun. And all the patients in the whole hospital starts to spin, and the priest, who is Mother Superior, starts to spin around, and he's jumping. He's like he's possessed by these patients who are saying, now, what is that? I don't know what John Lennon intended. And maybe in his grave, he's rolling over, and they're all gonna be upset. But on the other hand, what I felt by this Mother Superior jumps the gun is that, no, we're not gonna die. We're not, you know how the vets were treated when they came back from Vietnam? They were treated like ghosts. And you have Salma Hayek as the Bang Bang Shoot Shoot nurse multiplied 5 times, and she emerges out of the cross in the floor, and she becomes this fantasy nurse.
When I feel my finger on your trigger.
Well, I think that song has all of those elements, the drugs, the violence, the guns, and the sexuality, so I don't think this is a far stretch. So I think the movie is a social statement. Political, I don't know what that means. It's not taking party sides. So political, I don't think it's just the way it was.
And in my all darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
You can't be in control of your own circumstances or the things that happen in the world. And when I hear those words in the song, Mother Mary comes to me, there will be an answer. Let it be, let it be. That gives me recompense and hope. I welcome confrontation. I don't expect it to be easy. But to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
And we have been given a lot.
This is the funeral of the young boy who gets killed in the Detroit riots, and it's such a contrast to everything that we've been doing in this movie. First of all, here is a strong dose of reality, which I think is what makes this film, for me, compelling.
The death of a child
the senseless death of a child. That's very hard. This has been an emotional day from the tip to now, and we're not finished yet.
Just let the rage, let it come out, the anger, the fury at what just went down, what that riot is and what happened at that point.
When I find myself in times of trouble,
You throw up images that are familiar to people, but the context is what makes people see them differently. All of a sudden, you're asking them not to take it for granted in a way that they're used to seeing on the 6 o'clock news. So you see it with fresh eyes, and therefore fresh mind and fresh heart. And hopefully, you change a little. You're transformed.
My sentiments. Wow.
I really want young people to see the passion in this movie and to see what fervor these characters invested themselves. I don't think there's anything that is a negative message in this film at all. But the events and people getting involved in those events did happen, and we need to be reminded of those times.
All you